Everyone, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I'm coming at you with the Confessions of a Paper Addict design team layout. So I'm starting off my layout by, I cut a full piece of paper in half on the diagonal, and I'm going to use that as part of my background. So I'm just dressing up the edge because the look that I'm going for, that straight edge was a bit harsh. It needed to be a bit softer. So I'm just using my paper distressing tool. Do you know how much it hurt me to not use this beautiful rainbow side? I will definitely be using that on a different layout later on. But this time around, I'm using the whole side of the pink because it's going to match beautifully with the design I'm going for with my cut file today. So I'm working with the Divine Daydream collection from Cocoa Vanilla Studios, and I'm using this collection to create my wedding album. I got married back in 2013, and as soon as I saw this collection, I was like, this is perfect. This is what I need to create my wedding album, and I'm really enjoying myself working with this album, or with this collection for this album. And Virginia's cut file that I'm using today was just the perfect match for these photos. The minute I saw it, I was like in love. So you can see here that I am just putting some sewing machine all the way around the edge of the pink. So I'm not putting stitching on the white, just on the pink. And again, I'm using it to sort of soften up the edges here. I don't want it to be such a harsh change of color between the pink and the white. Now I need to show you the cut file I'm using because it is amazing, and I haven't even shown you my photos yet, but it works perfectly with my photos. The photos are of all my somethings, my something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And one of the things in the photo, which isn't actually a something, it's just in the photo, is a beautiful parasol, kind of like a crocheted parasol. It's just gorgeous. And the cut file I'm using is this stunning one, which is just a perfect like replica of the parasol in the photograph. It's like gorgeous, beautiful. So I didn't choose to back the entire cut file. I backed all the beautiful photos. I just used flat colors, so not pattern paper. So I didn't use the Daydream collection to back my cut file. I used just normal plain cardstock. And then because I've left sort of the main material of the umbrella clear, you can see the beautiful pink, almost like watercolor pink pattern paper behind or through the cut file. And I think it looks amazing. I've then fussy cut a whole bunch of flowers off the 12 by 12 pattern sheet. And I am just embellishing around the photos and around the parasol or the umbrella using those. And I'm super happy with the feel, the softness and the beauty of how this is looking. I think it is just gorgeous. As I said, I'm just loving creating my wedding album with this collection. I actually don't have very much of it, so I'm completely trying to make my layouts as full and as beautiful as I can without using too much on each page, because I've got about, I think I'm going to do about 25 layouts with this collection, so we will see how we go. It's quite ambitious with only one collection, I think, but I do think it's doable. Especially because I'm also a bit of a white space girl, so I don't mind having such a big white background. I probably won't use very many full pattern papers because I won't have enough, or who knows, I'll just use it all and then have to buy more. That's probably more likely. Let's be honest. So I'm just playing with putting the fussy cut flowers in different spots around the photos and the umbrella, just to sort of fill in the gaps. I'm just sticking them on with glue because it's kind of all uneven, with the cut file popped up on foam and the photos popped up on foam, but then the distressed edge on the paper. So I'm just popping the glue on, and then I know the glue is going to catch to something. Then I've got all the beautiful little flowers to do. So I decided, instead of overthinking it, I just popped some glue down, spot, And then I'm just picking up a flower and putting it down, not really thinking too much about where they go. I just want that kind of flutter of flowers feel, that like almost like they're falling down or falling off the umbrella or the flower cluster more specifically. So I'm really happy with how this is looking, and it's pretty much finished once I've done all of these flowers. I do get a little bit of gold Heidi Swap Color Shine. I am going to sprinkle that on. Now my gold is almost all gone, so the sprinkles are really small, which actually works really, really well for this. If you want little teeny tiny splatters, it won't work super well with a brand new bottle. I mean, you could get a paintbrush instead and that would help, but because my bottle is basically on its last legs, I was able to get teeny tiny splatters, which I think is a perfect addition to this layout. It just needs to be soft. Every title I've done so far for my wedding album have used one of the die cut words and the thickers from the Pink Fresh Studio. So I'm going to try and keep that theme going throughout the whole album. It is going to be a little bit tricky because I'm going to run out of fonts, letters, but at the moment it is working for me, so I'm just going to keep that going, and I just love the final look. So make sure you check the description box down below, and I'll pop a link to this beautiful umbrella from the Confessions of a Paper Addict Etsy shop. And thank you so much for watching. I hope I have inspired you to get creating, and maybe you can sort of half back a cut file like I have. Thanks everyone.